Yeah, thank you. It's first, let me say it's great to be back in Greece. And when I served in the State Department, I had a global portfolio. I traveled all over the world. Oftentimes that meant going to difficult places, but also meant going to places of great opportunity and promise. And I'm pleased to return to Greece because it was the country that I visited most during my time in government. Through those trips, considerable staff work, and the tireless efforts of our great ambassador here, Ambassador Pyatt, I think we made a real positive impact. I'd like to share a few high-level reflections on how Greece's development as a true energy hub and how collaboration can generate a broader political halo effect and challenges going. Your prior speaker was speaking about energy transition and the economics of that. You know, the world's a really big place, but there are some commonalities with every head of state or minister I met with. They all have an aspiration to become an energy hub. They also want more U.S. investment. But you know, those are ambitions are rarely realized because it's hard work. Hope isn't a strategy, and it takes considerable efforts to make an energy hub. It requires transparency, price discovery, clear rule of law, and these also tend to be foundational for U.S. companies to invest. And who would have thought that 10 years after the crisis here in Greece, Greece has realized that ambition when so many others have failed to. I think it's also important to recognize the role governments play in this and setting the conditions and the incredible efforts of the Mitsotakis administration and making a transformational change and attracting that private sector-led investment. Greece has become more than just a hub. It's also become really a gateway to connect Eastern Mediterranean resources to the greater Balkan region. The realization of Alexandroupolis, IGB, so much of this, and increasing this connectivity is really creating an optionality for countries, oftentimes for the first time, to serve as a mechanism to continue to lean to the West rather than be shackled to the East. They provide a bridge for broader political and economic collaboration. And you know, I was really pleased to see the efforts that we led in the prior administration continuing here, the considerable diplomatic overtures through the context of the energy pillar of the 3+1 arrangement, the multiple bilateral initiatives, and the Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum. These are all critically important. Sometimes these conversations amongst states are challenging, but we all approach them with a shared vision and purpose. So we do have challenges, though, and I guess, you know, speaking about a couple of different transitions. One's the energy transition itself. And I think it's well underway, as spoken about earlier, but I also think it's important to underscore the important role that gas plays that enables the energy transition to occur. It provides, of course, an alternative from dirtier coal and provides grid stability and resilience. You know, what we also have to be mindful of and be cautious against is this purity test of what green investment should be. I see this as at home as well as around the world. And to that, I would just call on my own government to continue and move forward with U.S. Development Finance Corporation investment here in Greece. I know it's something that Ambassador Pyatt's also calling for. We need it to happen, and we need it to happen soon. Second, there's a growing transition toward transparent open markets, especially in areas where state-led companies were the dominant force. The Eastern Mediterranean development and Greece's leadership is a testament to that. However, the old incumbent state companies are not going quietly. And we've seen an increased level of cyber interference, state-sponsored, and the manipulation of public sentiments around the world. I believe we need to continue to move forward with this transparency and this collaboration. And when I was in government, I traveled to Ankara for that same kind of spirit, the notion of, you know, the rising tide will lift all boats. And I was pleased to see that the government here has called for an inclusive Eastern Mediterranean and encouraged Turkey to become a part of the Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum. And thirdly, China is trying to transition its way to be the dominant country in the world. You know, a change in U.S. political leadership, no matter how dramatic, it can't shield what it appears to be a contest of values as much as states. China is by far the world's largest greenhouse gas emitter. They're committed to maintaining their position, which is to increase emissions through this decade. They're also the largest producer of clean energy technology. This seeming contradiction was on recent display when former Secretary, Special Envoy for Climate Kerry was in China and called on Beijing to increase its commitment to the planet in terms of the climate crisis. Those did not go well. My question to everyone is, where do we go from here? As Southern Europe's true energy hub and a leader in the region, Greece will play a critical role managing these transitions. The continued work of the countries and its leadership in this infrastructure that's being built out in real time. It's private sector-led collaboration is absolutely transformative. It is the model for the rest of the world, and I'm pleased to be here. Thank you.